Viewers, this is an amazing moment to have you today. We are interviewing one of great talent, upcoming talent. This guy is multi-talented, a lawyer in the house, an entrepreneur, an author, orator, a motivational speaker, and plenty of things I want you to maybe hear from his horse's mouth. So, Rex, I'm happy to host you today. Feel free, feel engaging as much as you can. I know the audience want to know as much as they can, and they want to feel inspired from your journey as much as they can. So kindly take this opportunity. Tell us, who is Mr. X?
Okay, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, or rather for inviting me to speak on this particular interview. So, nutshell, Rex Raymond is a youth born in Sidindi Ward, that is in Uguya constituency, found in Siaya County. Yeah.
So how old, or it's not bad for a man to say how old they are, okay? So how old is Rex?
Okay, thank you. Currently, I'm almost stepping to the second decade. Yeah, I'm some months away from the second decade.
I knew you'll just answer like a lawyer. That is how lawyers behave. Okay, so tell us, Rex was born, let's say, about 2 decades ago. So tell us about your history, being a young boy in Siaya.
Okay, thank you. So having been born in a very interior village that is in Siaya, I started my childhood education just within the locality. I grew up in church basically because I was under my mom's restrictions, being a teacher and also a lay reader. It was strict, and we were brought up under rules. And so from there, I learned to how to interact and relate with different people in different environments until that is class 6 end term when I transferred and did my KPE in Kajiado, a school called Nelion. Those sides of Ilbisil, almost close to Namanga. After that, I can say that generally I passed very well and was called to Kisumu Boys High School, currently called Kisumu School. Then after Kisumu School, I joined Mount Kenya University School of Law, where I'm currently continuing my law.
Good. Thank you so much for that elaborative introduction. I just love the energy by which you share Kisumu. So it's now declared Kisumu School. Okay, so what inspires Rex?
Okay, basically, if I can say what inspires me is that since childhood, I have been a leader. And when you're a leader, you get to communicate with different people because back from primary, I was the overall student leader In Kisumu School, I was also the overall student leader, and so I was able to understand and get to share problems with different people. So I was inspired that if there are so many people who have got problems and they're all coming to me, they see me to be the person with the solution to their problems, then why not find something that can offer solution, or why not come bring all these people on board, then try to create solutions outside the many problems that people have at personal level and at the society level.
This is actually amazing, Mr. Rex. So tell us, how did we start the journey to being a lawyer?
Okay. Uh, Basically, my journey to being a lawyer was inspired by the need to see people being given fair trials in courts as justice prevails. Because all along, that has always been my dream.
So what actually inspired you? Because there must be a starting point. Where did you just say, I just want to be like this or something like that?
Okay, so where this started, it all started like a joke. That is from watching a show called Vioja Mahakamani. So from there, I could see those people argue in court, though it was a skit, but somehow I was inspired by how the actors could present themselves, how they used to conduct themselves during those particular shows. And then growing up, I developed the passion from that point.
Nice. This is quite interesting. So we normally watch this series, watch these videos, but somebody is learning something from them. If such kind of a program was inspiring you, that's actually amazing. So what does it take to become a lawyer?
Okay, thank you. So basically, what it takes to become a lawyer, the first thing has to be you have to develop the passion for being a lawyer. Then, after developing the passion, you will have the right mindset that will steer you toward that is the qualifications that you need, and then the whole thing of becoming a lawyer. I mean, it's all the mindset and the passion that you put in towards it. So that is basically what I would say it takes.
So let's say we have a student in high school and he wants to be a lawyer. What will you advise them?
Okay, what I would advise maybe students who are dreaming of becoming lawyers and they're still in high school, this particular line of profession or rather study requires a lot of reading. So that is the first thing. You must really be a reader because in law you deal with total facts. And for you to have facts, you need to do a lot of research. And that is something that I would say is not very easy because you are always in books doing a lot of research. Sometimes you have to get piles of books, those books that has no any interesting stories, but again you have to read them for you to come up with facts and to establish a foundation for them.
Thank you so much. I want to ask two things on a light note. Don't take this too personal, and don't. This one cannot be admitted in any court of law. So, what do you normally mean by my learned friend? So that is one. And two, do you actually believe that lawyers are very good people?
Okay, so let me start with the second question. So my answer is yes, lawyers are good people because you see, for law, you conduct yourself on the basis of the Constitution, and this particular Constitution, uh, the people who took part in its drafting and in its writing are the people who you represent. So basically, you use what they gave you to defend them and to act against them in a court of law. So lawyers are good people because we only use what you give us to use. Yeah. Then on the first question, my learned friend, why lawyers use that particular term? So, learned friend, from the word go, you have to learn a lot. You know, there is a difference between being educated and being learned. So a person who is learned is a person who can learn, relearn, and unlearn. So those are three things. You are able to learn, relearn, and unlearn. So that is when you can qualify to be called learned person.
Wow, this is strong. I'll seek also for my lawyer to help me in interpreting some of those things. He might be lying to me, but I hope to the audience, to the viewers, we are going to do the best representation. So, coming back, Rex, you have a multitude of talents and let's say commitments. On one side, you are a lawyer, upcoming lawyer. On the other end, I can see the entrepreneurship in you. I see a lot of philanthropy. I see a lot of orature, and I see a lot of work you are doing when it comes to changing the youth and doing that. So, what is keeping you? What is making you to do all these things?
Okay, thank you for that question. I would say that what is helping me do all these things, the first thing is God, because I believe that everything that has to be established, then there must be God in it. Then the second thing that is steering me towards doing all this is passion. Because generally, when you have passion in something, then you will have that drive towards working to achieve them. Third thing is self-discipline, because I believe that there is no discipline that lasts long than self-discipline. Because when you have the self-discipline, you will first of all be able to respect your schedules, you will respect your programs, and then in turn, you will know how to correlate with others next to you and also respect whichever thing that they are doing.
So, let's go to this. How did you start KILF? Or maybe before you tell us that, what does actually KILF do?
Okay, thank you. So the idea about kill came along when I was just seated in my room. Then I also liked drawing, so I was just drawing some stuff, and then I began to imagine that we have leaders within our locality. We have leaders from all spheres, but these particular leaders, they are good before they take over those positions of leadership. But you get that immediately they resume the positions that they were looking for, they totally change. Then I realized that there is a problem in leadership because I looked and I was trying to analyze different situations. I checked on education, health, the business sector, the private sector. Then I realized that the whole problem is not lack of resources, or rather the scarcity of resources. But the real problem we have is leadership. And I realized that leadership, if not mentored and directed and nurtured well, then it results to incompetency and all these problems that we now talk of. So I decided that what if we come up with something like that will help nurture the potential and the talents that are still young and are rising, so that when they grow up, we have a generation of molded people, people who can be able to make strong decisions, people who can be able to speak their mind, people who can be able to speak facts, people who can be able to speak truth to power. So that is why we came up with Kill Kenya, basically to offer a platform for young people to speak their minds, to speak their ideas. Because I believe that there is a lot of talents that are unexploited in the youth, and they need to be given chance to showcase what they have. So that is why I came up with Kill Kenya, that is Kenyan Innovative Leaders Foundation.
My friend, that is actually commendable. That is good. I hope our youth will take this initiative seriously and get to learn out of it. And I actually wish you very well when it comes to that. I can see you are vocal on issues which are affecting our youth, and definitely somebody somewhere might be able to take this. So just recently you started an IT business, Banda, Banda Tech. So what inspired you into doing this?
Okay, so what generally inspired me to at least come up with a business? Like a leader, I know that there are very many people who look up to me, and there are very many people who would want to use me as an inspiration in their journey. So I say that we need to have a society of youths who can be able to sustain themselves, youths who can be able to actually envision the gaps that are somewhere, and in turn come up with solutions to those particular gaps and have them fail. Because in the 21st century, actually, I would say that it is naive for a young person to expect things to work out for them 100%. And then I watched this particular recruitment that was conducted in a city stadium, where Nairobi county government was recruiting those guys who clean the streets and maintain the general cleanliness of the city. Then I would see very many young people fill the stadium to the brim in the name of looking for employment. Okay? Then I understood that this employment, in as much as we may be seeking for government to create for us employment, we at least need to be creative and come up with something from nothing. Because we should raise a generation of young people who are going to create employment opportunities and not to be everywhere looking for the employment to be given to them. Because today we have a generation, tomorrow there will be a bunch of people looking for the same employment. So if at all people were to be employed, then I think jobs would run out. So I decided to look for a gap, and then I saw that this is an area that I can venture on because the world is also dynamic and it's taking its path in that is IT. So I came up with Mbanda Tech Enterprises together with some of my two friends. Then we decided to come up with the whole thing, and it's still a new that is business, and we hope all is going to be well. We are going to create employment for the youth out of it, and also to just show the youth that they can get to do something. Yeah.
Now, you are a diamond. And I remember when I was talking to some high school kids about being diamonds in their class, it's all about pressure. So I would love to know what instance in your life you just felt like now I'm about to give up.
Okay. I would say that there is no single instance that I've felt that now let me give up. Because the first thing I understand is that in everything I do, with the negative or positive outcome, there is always God in it. Because, I mean, God is the author of everything. So He knows what He's planning for me. So in any case, I don't need to worry. However much I may slide back, but I just pick myself, then continue with the journey. Because what I know is that necessarily the clock doesn't tickle, but what tickles is our life. So if I waste a minute, then I have to make up for it. So I don't regret any instance, or I don't feel that I would have given up in any instance.
Nice one. So I want to know about Rex, the author.
Okay. So my journey of, or rather my inspiration of becoming an author was inspired from what I saw in the society. Having read several books, I came to realize that there is a lot of information that is hidden in books that especially my generation does not know anything about. So I felt that we need to like divert from the normal system and the normal norms, whereby you get parents of inherited materials to their loved ones. People only inherit wealth in terms of assets. Then I came into a conclusion that is high time we write very many books and have a generation that will inherit books and will get a lot of information from those books. So it's high time we create an inheritance of books for a generation. So that is where I was inspired, and I'm currently doing a book that is a 32 chapter book uh, called They Lied to Us. Yeah. So that is what I'm working on currently.
My friend, just being a lawyer is really tough. Now look at your title. A lied to what? Okay, that must be a very strong one. So I know this was just an introductory video, and I really appreciate the insights. I'll be looking forward to be having the various discussions we'll be having with you. But I want you to sign out by telling us what you actually believe youth should have to master adaptability and resilience?
Okay, thank you for that. So the first thing that I would say youth must have, first key thing is self-discipline. That is the key thing. Then the second thing is generally the fear of God. So those are the two things I would tell any youth who wants to master adaptability and resilience to have. Because when you have self-discipline, you will be focused. When you are focused, you will have determination. And then after that, you'll be able to plan yourself very well and work towards whichever thing you want to that is achieve.
That is the first time the lawyer is short and clear. So, two takeaways. Number one, self-discipline. Number two, it's all about God. And all that will help to maneuver around. Thank you so much, Rex, for your time. I'm looking forward for now the main video. I know that one will be a long one because we want to hear the whole journey, slow, pace by pace. We want to actually have a video as well on what it takes to be a lawyer. So if you wanted to be a lawyer, be on the lookout. That is upcoming very soon. Until next time, stay safe and be our ambassador. Rex, thank you for your time. I wish you the very well. I want to see the lawyer in you. I want to see the author. I want to see the entrepreneur. And I'm definitely starting to feel the impact of KILF. Thank you so much and have a very good time.
Thank you too. Have a good time too.